Alright, so, everybody welcome back. So, where we last left off with the Black Heart campaign, we had, so first of all, Vess had a pretty unfortunate day the other day. So there was
the shit kicked out of her. What do you mean, unfortunate?
Yeah. So the trial of Theinman occurred, and during the trial of Theinman, you guys met a new companion, Claire, which is a young 12-year-old noble girl who joined your party and is the niece of the Wall, which is the very large New Raven man who is the ambassador of the Bazarian Empire. So after the Theinman trial and the Azaro of the town decided that Theinman would be executed but privately, you guys spoke to the Azaro, and you guys managed to get seats at that private execution, which will be taking place in 2 days. On the other side, however, we had the Bandito boys, which included Tamaruk, Sullivan, and Glass, and also Torin halfway through. But while out in the woods, they met a small tiefling girl, about 12, who had been attacked by O'Brien. And Glass decided to leave and follow his own path. And the rest of you spoke to this young girl, whose name was...
Thessalia.
Thessalia, yes. Thank you. Thessalia. And you guys spoke with Thessalia, and after discovering the attack that occurred on her, you guys took her to an orphanage where she is now staying. Vess stayed behind and had a conversation with the Wall and discovered that the Wall had discussions with the Mass, which is the underground organization that you guys are currently tracking in correlation with O'Brien. And you discovered that he had dealings with the Mast, but he had never actually agreed to work with them. Then Vess was attacked by several people emotionally, and including the Wall. But you guys have had a very busy day on that day in Bellenview, so you guys all rested at the Bear Tavern and decided to all head off to sleep.
To reiterate what Torin was doing after we ended session, Torin was watching Vess until our newly found companion Claire came back into the room.
Yes.
And went off with Zonti, and we got a room together.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, you all slowly begin to awaken today. Vess, you are extremely hungover currently.
Yeah, she wakes up early and is going to go eat and put something in her stomach immediately.
All right. So, Vess, so you wake up before everybody else, and as you look out the window, you see it's a gray morning. There's dark clouds above the sky, and it looks like it's probably going to rain later in the day. But you head downstairs, and as you head downstairs into the tavern, you see that the only person who's awake currently is the barkeep, and he is just sort of half asleep but reading this purple-covered book. And as you walk down, he looks up at you. What can I do you for?
Food.
Food.
Something in my stomach.
I'd imagine so. You had a pretty interesting night, did you not?
Just the food, please.
Alright. What are you looking for? Just anything?
What do you have? Egg, protein, bacon, whatever the fuck you have.
Alright. I'll get you some salted jerky that I have. Alright. He heads back and he pulls out a small plate of salted jerky and a few boiled vegetables. Hands it to you. That will be a single silver piece.
She just drops it in his hand.
Thank you. And he goes immediately back to reading his book. The rest of you all slowly begin to awaken. Sullivan, you awaken to see the room that you shared with Tamaruk is empty. Tamaruk appears to have left during the night. Not quite sure as to where.
As I recall, Tamaruk never went to the room. He fell asleep in the tavern main area.
Well, either way,
That's 10-4 there, boss.
Either way, you wake up in an empty room.
Sullivan's gonna mope around for a little bit.
All right. And as for the rest of you, as you guys all begin to awaken, what would you guys like to do?
Torin would like to find Vess.
All right.
Shocker.
All right. So, as you begin to head out the door, you see lying down in front of your door is a letter. It's just a small piece of paper.
I will pick it up. Does it have an address to anyone specific?
Nope, it's just appears to be a small folded piece of paper.
I will. There's no engravings. It's just of paper. Okay,
Just a piece
so
of paper, yeah.
Torin will open the piece of paper.
All right. So as you look at it, it is a. You can tell by the scratchy, very bad handwriting that this is from Tamaruk, and you see that I'll just send it to you. But it just mainly says that he is going to be. He's going to be in the forest that you guys stayed at yesterday. I'll just send it to you, but and then you can do with it what you will.
Okay.
All right. Everyone else, what are you guys doing?
Zanti would definitely.
Honestly,
Zanti would definitely just kind of wake up, go downstairs, just normal morning.
All right.
Claire would shadow vest or Torin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is Torin in the bar or is he not?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So
I'm in
Tori,
the-
after picking up the letter, decided to head down to the tavern area below.
She would follow Torin.
All right.
Torin, after reading the letter, will put it within the robe that he wears, and he will shake his head and walk to where Vess is sitting, waiting for her food.
Alright, so, you guys have all now met, except for Sullivan, who's still up in his room. You guys are all now, you've all now met down in the lower tavern area. It's well lit with a couple torches in the corners. There are no other patrons as it's fairly early in the morning, just the barkeep.
I will, I will take a seat next to Vess.
She's just quietly eating her food. Our food isn't sweet, toy.
Definitely had a night, didn't you?
Not now. I'm still hungover.
Well, if you need help with that, I can certainly wake you up.
It's fine. Then she will just intently on her food, just shoveling it in her mouth.
Torn will shove his body, like, kind of bending over a table a little bit and make, like, trying to make eye contact with you.
She will make eye contact with you. It's just the most blank expression, and her eyes narrow a little bit as you do.
Who's Alwyn? And I will get the concerned father face.
This is why I don't drink. He's the one I'm looking for.
I figured as much. Know that I'm here, even though you might not want my assistance. I'm probably the most neutral party and the one that is always going to have your back.
I'll keep it in mind. And she stabs a piece of broccoli and just puts it in her mouth.
Good luck having the shits. And we'll stand up and we'll, he's gonna go, outside around the back of the, bar. And meditate.
Can I have one person that's down in the tavern roll a perception check really quickly?
I will. Because I'm probably the one who's not really doing the most right now. You said perception?
Perception, yes.
13.
13.
Wow.
Alright, so as you sort of look around the tavern, you once again notice the wall of wanted posters. And as you look over there at the wall of wanted posters, you see once again the poster for a car. And you see that the bounty has increased to 30 platinum.
Is there anything else of note up there? No.
So there are four bounties.
I'd say at this point I would walk up and kind of look at it now.
So yeah, there are 4 bounties up there. You see a car bounty, which is definitely the forefront of them. You see a unnamed Minotaur bounty. You see another bounty of a blonde man, not very well drawn, and you see the bounty of a gnome, not glass, but just a gnomish woman with long ginger hair.
Does it say what they're
The fucking
wanted for?
gingers again.
The ginger is worth just about 50 gold.
No, like what they're wanted for.
Oh,
Like,
what they're wanted for? So, yes, it does. So for a car, it says, of course, mass poisoning and
Yeah.
murder and things of that nature. For the Minotaur, it says prison break. It says evading the guards, and it says attempting to being involved in underground transport of magical weapons. Then for the blonde man, it says attacking a guard, and also prison break and evading guards. And then for the ginger, just says gnome.
just a gnome. Okay then. Kind of look at it, kind of shrug. And then is anyone else in the bar still?
Just your group and the barkeep. Everyone else, there's no one else in.
Okay. I mean, like, because I know Torin said that they were heading out back. Like, who else is still in the bar at this point?
Nicole,
Yeah.
could Zanti make a perception check?
Okay. I just made one, but I'll make another.
This is for a different
That
thing.
is a natural 20.
Nice. That's a high roll.
You
Zonti
hear-
breaking
you
the
hear
game
from-
once again.
You hear from like an opening. Hey, come out here.
Kind of. What? I just kind of look in the direction it's coming from.
See Torin. He's peeked over and it's like trying to be a little secretive. Come on.
He just laughs and goes that way.
I'm assuming that we're like in between like a mini like little alleyway next to the tavern or something.
Yeah, so the buildings are fairly close together in this area, and the tavern is
Yeah.
3 stories high, and the building next to you appears to be residential with a few homes in it, and that is 4 stories high, and there's a couple barrels for the tavern there, And so there's not a lot of space in between, but yeah.
It's enough for us to fit at least.
Enough for you both to fit in and talk comfortably.
Okay. I got a letter.
What's it say?
It was from Tamruk. He's investigating some connection within his past about the masked. He told me that he would meet us at one point, off near a forest, not far from here. I just
All right.
wanted to let you know and not say it really in public. We're kind of like whispering in this alleyway at the moment.
Yeah.
Kind of figured.
I'm just trying to stage whisper at the moment.
Just say that you're whispering, and then you can talk normally. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Also, if we're wanting to deal with a car, we still haven't checked out his last known location.
For a car, I still have two things I can think of a possible way to track him down, but I'm not too terribly concerned about a car personally, but his bounty would definitely be worth it.
Was there anything you learned inside? I heard, obviously, from the commotion, there was something you may have learned in there.
Yes. First of all, according to whoever the bosses of the... Quickly looking back through my notes, of the Blood Brothers are, apparently all of their primary generals, or at least Fortin, were gotten from the Masked. As well as this... I don't remember if you were there for that, because I just have it written down that Asarian Dogarian is the real name of O'Brien, but I don't remember if you...
Yeah, that was me. That was
Okay,
me.
yeah, I thought so, I just wasn't 100% certain. But...
So we have a connection. Good.
yes.
Solid lead evidence in
I'm
some...
planning on heading back to the prison to interrogate Fortin a little more, as well as
Good.
ask Steinman a couple questions of personal interest.
I would reprieve from talking about our investigation with Steinman.
No,
I doubt he has really any involvement. If he does, then it was little, and it meant nothing.
I know from my delve into him, he has worked with a car on getting some of his horns,
I assume so.
but
Fanatic murderer with another fantasy on us. This Torn points through the cloak that's kind of making him hard to see, at least his face.
Zonti just kind of nods. Well, that's about all I have.
I don't think the girl would know much. The girl that we saved, that you saw, she's now in an orphanage.
Ooh.
I doubt she'll know
I
much.
Don't think we should bother her anymore.
I agree. That's why we brought her there in the first place. Me and Sullivan.
Thank you for
I
that.
would, of course. I'm not going to leave a girl to starve in the streets. But
I just don't like the way Vess treated her. Trying to corrupt her like that. A child that young should never have to deal with that sort of bullshit. Especially for horns. Say it like as much as that.
opinion aside, we needed her to be there anyway.
I wish I could disagree, but you're right.
Now, there's a place that I wanted to go to if we want to have any more connection with the car, and maybe even collecting a bit of a bounty. There's a Marken inn in town. We haven't, I don't believe, been there. At least I haven't. The only inn we've been to is this one. And I assume that the Marken will probably be in a less professional area.
That would make sense.
Especially since if a car has dealings with the Blood Brothers, I assume that they want to be close. There was resistance against Fortin and the other one. Bach, was it?
The two
Mute.
we captured. It was
Bach
Yes,
and
Bach.
Fortin.
Bach the Mute and Fortune the Crazed God. Yes.
I think that there was what I heard from the doorway, at least, when Tamaru talked to them. There was resistance with the car. They had dealings. I don't know the full conversation of what happened in there, except for a dead barbarian, but there's still a connection there. There's still a thread. Either we can follow it, or we can try to track down O'Brien from the forest, or where the girl was. Maybe there's still tracks there. We had other things in mind when we found her, getting her away from that place, healing her. But now
Maybe.
we can get our group together when Vess gets out of her stupor. And he looks at you like a bit intensely. What happened? You don't have to tell me any type of hoodoo that you were doing to her, but Bess has not drunk a whole bottle of rum in one night.
It certainly was enjoyable to see someone who claims to be so noble fall so far. But, if you must know, I decided to find why she is the way she is. And God, I pity her. But that is all I have to say on the matter. We have more important things to deal with. You can deal with Vess. Let her know that I'm heading to talk to... I am absolutely drawing a blank on the name of the guard captain.
Vajor.
Yeah, Vajor. I'm going to talk with Vajor to inform him on what we found, as well as do my interrogation of Theinman and Fortin.
Hans. Ask while you're there. Ask him about the Marken inn.
Marken?
I believe so.
Okay.
Saris Mink, is that correct?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Are you still call him Saris?
Hey, it's been ingrained in my head. Okay.
I mean, fair. Anyway. So, that is all I have. If you have anything more.
This political society that I've found myself in is strange.
Oh, I'm guessing haven't been in the Empire for very long.
No, as he pulls out 3 history books that he has finished and just puts them on the ground and just kicks some dirt over it.
Don't trust the damn thing you read here.
It was basic and it was in Theinman's area, so I'm guessing whatever books he has was more... probably wasn't as biased as what they try to teach people. At least what I've heard from others. I'm
Hi.
still trying to find my place here, and that gave a general idea of the nations involved.
I can tell you right now. Unless the Empire can find a way to use you, you probably won't find a place here unless you force your own place.
Yeah, I'm used to that.
Neither here nor there.
Be careful. They'll have eyes everywhere.
You too. He'll be fine. Take care of yourself. And then Zanti will head off towards the prison.
All right.
And this is where I'd ask to speak to Vess.
Okay.
Because Claire's just been sitting there on the bar stool, like looking at you.
Yes, Claire?
You sure like rum, don't you?
Not particularly.
Yeah, I'll cut this shit. It seems like you've been through a hard time.
Sometimes I don't feel like doing things.
Mm-hmm. But you know that's not the best attitude to get into.
What'd you say?
You know that's not the best attitude to get into.
Claire? Not today.
Claire's just a female. Claire's just a female glass incarnate.
I love
Wait, what do you
this.
mean? Wait, what
We
do you
can
mean?
discuss morality and the optimal decision for things later.
What I'm saying is a bit of action might cheer you up.
I had
Get your
some
mind off
plans,
of
but
it.
what do you have in mind?
We can pour our effort into work. Try to forget about it for now. We can cross that bridge when we come to it.
Like I said, what do you have in mind?
There are a few bounties.
Yeah, I suppose there are.
Or we could just have a day in the town. I could treat you to some food.
I'll tell you what, Claire. We'll meet in a few hours, but I have something I want to take care of first.
Okay. We all have our business.
You can... I'll be at City Center at noon or something. And she will stand up, and if Claire doesn't say anything, she will go upstairs and start knocking on a certain Sullivan's door.
When you get to the door, you hear very quiet, sad guitar sounds.
Fucking course. And she'll just give it a few good pounds.
FBI, open up!
FBI, open up! Will you put a fucking instrument in there?
Literally, if there wasn't anybody in the party.
Wait, let me see if I get this right. Wait, no, it doesn't pick up on the thing. Oh, that's sad.
You hear like, all right, be right there, and then it's like a few moments later, Sullivan opens the door. There's sadness in his eyes. What is it?
Where do you guys take Cecilia?
In the orphanage in town.
Cool. I want to ask the owner of it some questions. Make sure that it's not connected to any bad happenings.
Having a conscience now. Heck yeah.
Sullivan takes a moment to think. I'll show you there. Oh hold on a moment. Sullivan closes the door. A moment later, he steps out with just his clothes and bandaged face.
You're not armoring up?
Wouldn't that draw attention?
Does it matter?
I'd rather not draw too much attention.
Fair enough. Lead the way.
And Sullivan starts leading Vess towards the orphanage.
Vess is going to pick up any branches on the way.
Actually, they're in the tavern. With a passive perception, of 14, does Sullivan notice the bounties?
Mink.
Mink?
Oh, he
Sorry,
did.
I was muted. Yeah, with passive perception of 14, you would see all the board of bounties, and you would notice the all 4 of them.
Sullivan's gonna go up to them and just like skim through them, but mainly look at the one of a human and the wanted, like what they're wanted for.
Something catch your eye.
Familiar face.
Take it with you. Maybe it'll help you recognize them.
Sullivan takes the paper.
All right.
But I'm just mainly for note taking purposes. I want to know what Sullivan's wanted for.
Okay, so the wanted poster says for prison break, for evading guards, and for attacking a guard.
Can I get Vest to do an insight check on Sullivan?
Okay, sure you can. Are you sure you want that though?
There's passive. There's passive insight.
Yeah,
There's-
do
Yeah.
a passive,
That's-
passive insight.
Still an 18.
And you have an 18 passive insight?
Yes.
Welcome, yeah, welcome to
you
cleric,
can
my
just
guy.
tell that Sullivan grimaces at the bit where he reads that this particular individual is wanted for attacking a guard.
I mean, with how things are going, I can kind of understand. Doesn't change the fact they did a prison break, so I doubt they're that innocent. She's misinterpreting your grimace.
Yeah, you're hungover. Disadvantage.
Wait, that's
It's passive.
5, so you have a passive insight of
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Bad grimace.
Anyway, Sullivan continues to lead. Goes on to lead Vest to the orphanage.
All right. So you guys head to Mora's, which is the name of the orphanage, which is in the southern half of town. You guys head down to the familiar orphanage, and it's not really bustling yet. It seems that the majority of the children are still sleeping, but you can see that there are a couple of the women that are in charge here. They are currently just sort of walking around cleaning some stuff up, and you can see one girl in black clothing standing behind a small desk as you guys walk in.
We're here to speak with whoever runs this place.
Of course, I'll go get her. And she walks off into the back and comes back a few moments later with a older woman, gray sort of matted hair, also wearing this black cloak. She has a bit of a hunchback as she walks over to you.
Do you have somewhere private we could talk?
Yes. Yes, follow me. Follow me. And she quickly just sort of leads you into the back room. And you can see that there are a couple of the women that are running the place sort of hanging out in here, but she quickly just shoos them off. How can I help you?
Hello, my name's Vess. This is Sullivan. We're traveling partners. We're here to ask some questions about, I'm sure you know the situations surrounding Cecilia by now.
Yes, I do. She's such a charming girl. She's a bit.
And she's now going to focus intently, kind of trying to push away any drunkenness, and she's going to insight that.
All right. Go ahead and, as you are hungover, roll with disadvantage.
Okay, fuck. Could she pop a heal on herself to get rid of drunk? No. Yeah, she'll roll with disadvantage. That's
rolled-
still 16.
15?
16.
Oh, 16, yeah, there. She seems to be telling you sort of what you want to hear right now.
This is routine, so I'm going to need you to fail this on Empire Business, okay? I'm going to cast something, and you're going to fail to resist. Understood?
Roll persuasion for me. Don't have to roll with this with disadvantage. Just roll persuasion for me.
Persuasion. Let's see. That's a 13.
13.
Ma'am, it's Empire Business.
I don't like when magic is cast on me. I would prefer that we didn't.
And she's
do
going
that.
to cast Zone of Truth.
Okay, she's going to actually try and resist it.
Okay.
Oh fuck! Natural 20.
Okay.
Like I said, I would prefer we didn't do magic on me. Thank you.
Sullivan, you also need to roll since you're in the area.
Okay. Do wisdom save?
Yep. Sullivan, do you trust this woman?
And are there any religious symbols around the orphanage?
Yeah. So you can see that all of the women have the symbol of Raloon, in necklace, a silver symbol of Raloon on their chest, and on the front of Morazin. It's not a very nice looking building, but you can see that there is a small Raloon symbol on the sign.
Huh. Can I do an insight check of my own to see if the orphanage lady seems to have good intentions?
Go ahead.
Do insight.
Okay. She appears to have good intentions, yes.
Sullivan will answer yes.
Tell me, what do you think about tieflings? And she's directing this towards the director.
Tieflings? Depends. Well, this individual girl, she's done nothing wrong, of course, and I hold nothing against her for that. I just am not a fan of the island, Devil's Island, of course, but I hold nothing against the tiefling people for that. They have no control over that.
Okay. You have relieved some of my worries, then.
Are you both with the Empire?
We are currently working on several cases for them, and I am from the Academy.
And you? She says, pointing to Sullivan.
He's also helped capture the merchant Lord Theinman, so...
Out of character, I'm screaming. I don't know what to say.
Well, you have to tell the truth.
Not necessarily.
He can just not speak if he doesn't want to.
Sure, you can just, not lie. Rather than me to know.
Oh no, Solomon can lie. Just that Vest would know if Solomon's lying.
Is that how spell works?
Solomon doesn't say anything.
Alright.
It's a charisma saving throw. My bad. Not on.
Solomon just does a shrug.
Yeah. Anyways. Fair enough. I apologize for the magic. There's been a lot of How much do you know about Theinman and his trial? I'll break it down. Essentially, he was hiring a lot of people to capture tieflings and other people like that, and kill them and steal their horns, essentially. We don't know who's part of it and who's not, so I apologize for harboring some suspicions for people I don't know.
Well, given the circumstance, I understand.
I will not do it again.
Thank you.
Oh.
You two make a great couple, by the way.
No.
Also, Dom, you can't deliberately speak a lie.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? All right.
Yeah.
That's the language of it.
No, lady. No. However, I would like to speak with Cesalia at some point, and I believe...
Well, actually, Cesalia went out today.
What the fuck?
Well, one of the people that brought her in took her out for the day.
No. Where are they?
I'm not sure.
No one who brought her in took her out.
So
Where
I was
is
gonna
she?
ask which one.
Large Minotaur man.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You.
The plot thickens.
Several of my associates saw him come into the shop, into the orphanage yesterday and bring her in, and she clearly knew him, and she wanted to go with him.
No,
So we
that
allowed.
was he left last night. Fuck.
did they say
Yes,
where they were
why are you
heading?
cursing in an orphanage?
She doesn't give a shit.
They
There's no children nearby, so it's nah.
they did not say where they're going, no, but they will be back within a few hours.
We know where they are. Thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
And she will dispel Zone of Truth.
All right.
The character Juju. What?
What?
Tiefling child.
I'm sorry.
Well, now our party can get charged with kidnapping. Yay!
I was
Wait.
talking to coworkers. What happened?
You took Cesalia?
I'm confident that's not how that went down. But 1 second, I got a phone call.
Alright.
Wait, Mink, I do want to ask, did that happen at the beginning of the night? Like, would Claire have seen it on her walk?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I have, unless Sullivan wants to do something.
All right. So, Zonti,
Yes.
you went out to speak with Vajor.
Yes.
So you head through the town, and you can see that people have definitely begun to walk around. As it's early morning, bakeries are already getting through baking the bread for the day, and are bringing supplies back and forth between the towns. So there's a definite
Something
smell
definitely-
of baking bread. Go ahead.
Yeah, Zonti upon smelling that would definitely just take a moment, kind of appreciate the smell, and then keep going.
Yeah, you see, there are small stands with people selling loaves of bread, different kinds, baguettes.
If I see anything with a sweet roll, I will 100% go buy it.
All right. So while heading to the center of town, you do see a very nice. Let me just see. I should just figure out what a sweet roll is.
Have you never had a sweet roll?
No. Oh, okay. That's what oh yeah. Okay. I know what that is. Yeah. Yeah. So you do see a sweet roll well on the way, yeah. So it's fairly cheap, just 5 copper for a roll.
For silver, and just and take 2.
All right.
Yep. And then just keep going.
All right.
Nope. Yeah, make my way to Vajor.
All right. So you head to the center of town, and you head to the barracks, And there are a few guards in the main room, not as many as there was yesterday, but there are definitely a few sort of walking about. So yeah. Would you like to just head directly towards Vajor's office?
I'll kind of ask if Vajor is in.
Hmm?
I would probably ask one of the guards nearby if Vajor is in.
So you quickly just go up to a fairly tall guard, and very strong. And as you ask, it just says, "No, he's still asleep. He'll be in about half an hour, I think."
Very well.
Alright.
Thank you, sir. I'll just wait for him.
Alright. Take a seat to the side over there. He points to a small line of chairs, just wooden chairs to the side.
Go take a seat, make myself as comfortable as I can.
Alright. So, was it who? Torrent.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Oh, do I see anything when I'm doing what I'm doing?
Let me just. Roll a perception check for me.
Alrighty. Perception. Roll.
5.
No.
You don't see anything. Alright, so Torin, what were you hoping to do again?
First I want to see if Claire is still in the bar.
No, Claire left a little while after Vess and Sullivan.
Seeing that everyone that I currently know in this town is gone, I will... Screw it. Torrin's brave. And naive. He is going to go ask the barkeep where Marken is located.
Marken Inn? May I ask why you want to go to Marken Inn? You have a perfectly great inn right here.
Well, just points to the wanted poster. Lead.
Alright, yeah, so Marken Inn is just, western edge of town, not quite in the slum area, just sort of on the edge of that, on the cusp. So just head down.
As much.
Yeah, just head down the main road, take a left, three alleyways down, and you'll find it soon enough. Just
Okay.
follow that main road that goes west.
Thank you. And I will, what currency do I have left? I have a gold. I'll flick him a gold.
He catches it midair, puts it in his pocket. Much appreciated. I'm sorry. I couldn't help but overhear. It was completely accidental, of course. I was just going out to grab some vegetables from outside. I couldn't have helped to overhear a conversation that you and the redhead were having. I just wanted to know what exactly happened the other day in the street near the blacksmith.
Oh. Well, if you haven't heard, there was a conundrum, a fight that occurred in front of the blacksmith. I'm afraid that Ivor is dead. Ivar.
Damn. Were you a part of this? The fight?
We tried to squash it, but unfortunately they had more of a hold on the location than we thought. And there aren't really any professional healers here. but I hope that you all were not close.
I knew him, not well, but I knew him. He's a good man. Good man. But I appreciate...
That's why she was in the bottle. My best guess.
Well, I appreciate you going to help with that. If it didn't
No,
end that well. Well, then he puts his hand
Can
out.
I have a ale with a bit of that gold?
Oh, yeah, sure, of course. If you get it for free, you'd get it for free anyways, seeing as you tried. He fills up a tankard of ale, hands it to you, puts his hand out. My name is Thados.
Thados.
Yes.
As I grab his hand, I would like to make an insight check on his demeanor, if his intentions. Thankfully, that's one of the only skills of wisdom that I'm good at.
All right.
11. Oof.
It's hard to read.
Hey, he's a barkeep. I mean, like, why would I be really looking at him the wrong way?
Yeah, he's hard to read.
I will give him a Roman-style handshake.
Mm-hmm.
And my name's Torin.
Great to meet you, Tor.
At least there's a bit of roof over my head. I appreciate it. I appreciate your hospitality.
Anytime.
I will down the entire ale in like a couple gulps, as the mug is kind of small for me, and I will leave the bar.
All right.
And I'll be heading towards the Marken Inn.
Alright, sounds good. So you head down west towards the Marken Inn. So you head down the main western road.
The flaps on my cloak that create like a mask over my face. It's lined, and I'm connecting them so that only thing that they could really see is my eyes.
All right. So you head down the main road that goes west. There's not a lot of people that are running around this road in particular, but there's a little bit of foot traffic. So you head down, and as you get farther west, you see that the people walking around you begin to get noticeably less friendly. Let's say. You get sort of sideways looks as you walk down the road.
As I am tall.
As you were tall, yes.
Yeah, I have my cloak is not lined with the gold on the outside. I have my like darker like black lined outline on the outside.
Yeah, no one's actually going up to like speak with you, but you're. It's not very difficult to notice that you are.
I'm not trying to speak. I'm not trying to talk to anyone. I'm just like my head is slightly down and just heading off to where I want to be.
Yeah.
Also, with a passive perception of 16, I would like to keep my hand on my purse.
Right.
As that is the only thing valuable on me.
All right. So yeah, you see eyes sort of watching from alleyways and windows, but nothing.
No aggression that I can tell.
No aggression that you can see. You finally see the Marken Inn, and this is much different than the Bear Tavern that you guys have been staying at. The Bear Tavern is very respectable inn, the most expensive in Bellenview. This is definitely not on the same caliber, and you can see that the sign that says Marken Inn is just hanging by a single hinge. One of the windows appears to have been shattered with a rock getting thrown through it, and it is not well lit inside at all. You can see there's a couple of candles, and that is pretty much it.
I will step in. I'll go like a bit hunched to make myself seem a little smaller than I am.
All right. So you head inside.
Yeah.
Alright, so you head inside as you look around. Like I said, very dim building. Sort of a damp quality to it. You can see there are a few people sort of sitting around in the corners.
Whoever's rolling the dice, can you please stop?
You can see,
I can only hear the dice, and I wasn't hearing Nink. Thank you.
yeah, so you can see there are a couple people that are sort of hanging around the corners. You can see a couple people that are completely passed out. A couple people that are still drinking. It looks like they've been drinking since yesterday. But as you walk in, you do get, like, from the people that are conscious and actually aware of their surroundings, you do get definite. They notice you, and
I'm a big guy. It's hard to hide it.
Yeah, they're watching you very closely as you walk in, and you can tell that people are eavesdropping to your conversation.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to go to the barkeep.
Right. So
Who do I see?
That's what to describe that. So the barkeep is completely bald on top, with white sideburns and nothing, like no frontal facial hair, just white sideburns, and that's it. Extremely large white eyebrows that are like giant caterpillars and very wiry. And you can see that he has, like, fitting with his silver aesthetic, you can see he has silver eyes as well. He's wearing dark clothes that are sort of torn and dirty. And as you walk in, you can notice as you get a bit closer that he has one lazy eye that's sort of like drifting off to the left. Welcome. How can I help you?
How much does a shot run me?
Shot? That would be 2 copper.
Great. I will put down 2. Exactly the only 2 copper I have.
Alright. Thank you. Pulls the 2 copper close to him, and you can see he pulls out a already opened bottle of some sort of brown liquid. He pours it into a shot, places it back. He does not cork the bottle, and he hands it to you. There you go. That stuff is strong.
I will sniff it, and I want to make a medicine check to see if it's poison.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, not bad.
Does not appear to be.
It's alcohol, so technically it's already poison.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't appear to be directly poisonous, like murderous poisonous, but it's definitely strong as fuck.
Okay. Just a minor detail that no one can see because it's under all my clothes. But when I take the shot, the scales on my throat down my chest are going to turn green as it goes down my throat.
All right.
And that's how it's been with all of the alcohol I drink.
Sounds good. So as you down the shot, can I have you roll a Constitution saving throw for me?
Yeah. 14?
14, yeah. It hits like a truck, but you're able to manage it, and it's very strong alcohol, and it tastes dreadful. But keep it cool, and you do not become intoxicated.
Like greater than like 60%, or a bit higher?
Yeah, definitely greater than 60%.
Like moonshine,
80%.
like 80%.
80%,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured he was gonna serve me something like moonshine.
Yeah. Not quite moonshine, but it's very similar.
I will just move the glass over, and as I do that, I want to look and see if he has any scars, or if anyone in the room next to me has any scars on their face.
Alright. Can I get roll perception check from you?
Oh, where was that?
25.
Baby.
Alright, as you look around, this guy, he has a couple scars, but the scar that was shown on a car's face in his wanted poster is like a massive scar that covers the bottom left side of his face. Sort of like a burn scar. He's got a couple of like small scratches on his forehead and across his cheek. But other than that, no. As for everyone else in the bar, you don't see any massive things like that. You see one person in the corner whose face is completely obstructed, just by their hood, which is like sort of brought over their head. But yeah, other than that, you can see a couple people that are missing some fingers, but you don't see any massive scars.
Is there any gambling tables or anything like maybe what if my lord, why the Russian roulette, stuff like that, or like with a knife, whatever they call it?
So you can tell there are definitely locations for that in this tavern. You can see there are a couple of tables to the side, which
It seems like the establishment
Yeah.
that would go
So there's-
do something like that.
specifically there's one in the corner, a table in the corner, which has large pools of blood on it, but no one's sitting there at the moment.
Torn is going to go over and going to say out loud, anyone care for a game?
Alright. Sorry, 1 second. So, you see one guy, his head suddenly gets very, excited. This is one of the people that has appeared to have been drinking for a while. He's got brown hair, very fuzzy sort of hair. He stands up, he walks a little bit, like, woozy, but he takes his seat. I'll play it.
You care for riskier stakes, or would you just prefer to play cards?
What do you take me for? Some kind of... Was I a coward? Risk stakes, of course. I play better when I'm drunk anyways.
I like you. Well, sit down.
He's already.
I will
already
pull
sitting.
out. I'll pull out the dagger that I bought, and I'm going to play. I'm going to do like a little like test run before I do a little slow, and then I will put my knife in front of the table, as I am going to play the real thing, and I'm going to put one gold piece on the table. I hope you know the rules.
This is the one where you're trying to stab your finger?
Try not to, yeah.
Like hit the spaces in between. Yeah. I know.
I'm a little hit as well, so your alcohol here is strong.
That brown stuff that old Molly gives you. I had 12 of them. Anyways.
You're impressive to hold that much.
Yeah. Alright.
Care to put down your ante?
Yeah, sure. He pulls out 30 copper pieces, 4 silver, and it's like, that is all I have.
That'll work.
Alright.
I will pick up the gold coin and flick it up in the air, call heads, hit it. I'm gonna roll a d2. 1 is heads, 2 is tails.
Alright, so it is tails, which is...
I go first.
Alright.
I will pick up my blade, twirl it in the air, and I will do I will try to do with my acrobatics. I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 3, flick the blade up, 1, 4, 1, 5, flick it again, hit the center, place it down back on the table.
Alright. So go ahead and roll acrobatics for that.
11. I probably nicked something, but it's I probably maybe nick my forefinger a little bit, but I bet it kind of goes through. Wasn't as fancy, like grabbing it up in the air and stuff.
Yeah, so while you're going for it, so yeah, you do cut your finger a little bit. It's not anything massive, but it definitely draws a bit of blood. and then when you're flicking it up in the air, when you catch it again, it's very sort of wobbly and not as impressive as you were hoping it would be. But you still managed to get the trick done, but it's not as good.
Shake my head a bit. That alcohol is strong. And I jab the dagger into the center of the table. Your turn.
Alright. I'm just gonna roll acrobatics with disadvantage. A second. Okay, oh fuck. Alright, so what he's gonna attempt to do, so what you watch is, you can see his hand is very shaky when he starts. He goes,
as he's doing that, I wanna look out for other people in the room.
yeah. So
This is, my point. I'm not looking at him at all. I don't care. I'm looking at others. Like, I might just move my eyes to, like, someone that might be looking at me to check their face and that kind of thing. Just scanning the room a bit.
Alright. So can I have your roll perception check again quickly?
Yeah. Another 25! Heck yeah!
Oh my god.
Torin is a perceptive beast.
Yeah. Like, everyone pretty much has their eyes on this game, Like, the barkeep is watching with his hand on the table, looking over at you guys. You can see the drunken people are all having a very good time. Some of the more aware people are also watching, and so you guys are pretty much the center of attention right now.
What about the guy that was had his hood up?
Yeah, that's the only person who isn't watching you right now.
Good to know.
Alright. So as you're looking around, you hear a very sudden and very pronounced yelp of pain, like, oh, fuck, ah, shit.
Did he hit his finger direct on?
Yeah, as you look back, you see half of his pinky finger is off. He rolled a natural, too, so he cuts off half of his pinky finger.
Oh.
And
friend.
Ah, fuck.
I will, I'll just take a bit of swab, as I do have a healer's kit, and I will try to make a medicine to stop starch the bleeding.
All right, go ahead.
22.
Very nice. So yeah, you're able to pretty much stop the bleeding in the finger, and you're able to wrap it up, and get it all cleaned up and everything, so it doesn't get infected.
His blood is probably flowing a little slower because of how drunk he is, but
yeah. So it's not.
He doesn't feel it.
Difficult.
He doesn't feel it yet, but he will tomorrow.
Wait, where did my finger go?
I will say, do you wish to continue, friend?
Of course. It's easier now, because now I don't have to worry about hitting that top of the pinky finger.
That is the wrong attitude, but I like it. I'll keep going. I will take my next turn. We're technically both 1-1.
Yeah.
But he cut off his finger.
He cut off his finger, so
I'm technically I have ante at the moment.
You're winning.
Yeah. I'm just going to seeing how this is going, I'm just going to do a normal run the first time, and then the second time it's going to be another, like, a normal run until the end, and I will flick the blade onto the table, catch it midair, and bring it down on the table.
Sounds good. Go ahead, roll acrobatics.
12. At least
better.
I didn't. Yeah, a tiny bit better.
A little bit better. Like, once again, you fumble a lot on the ending performance.
I didn't cut off my finger, though.
You didn't cut off your finger, but you gave it a little bit of a nick at the very top of the finger, like near the edge of the nail. A slight nick, but nothing that bad. It's like a very small cut. Just sort of nicked it. But other than that, pretty good run.
It's been a while as I hit the blade on the table. Torin is definitely not 100% focused at all. He's looking around for the most part. Friend, again.
All right.
You don't have to. As I say that, he begins doing it.
He takes the knife and, goddamn, he's a king right now. Like, with that pinky going, that one really, like, I don't know why, but it imbued him with so much just adrenaline.
Adrenaline?
He's very good. He's doing very well now with the second run. He does not nick himself at all, and
Nice.
he does a very nice at the end. He picks the blade up and throws it down onto the table. It sticks up and gets a bit of a wobble as it sticks into the table. He rolled very well. He had a natural 20, but he had disadvantage and got a 16. So
I applaud lightly. So he's up on me at the moment.
he is up on you, yes.
I will do I'll do kind of a flurry. Go through the first run normally. Second run, midway through, I will bang the knife up and try to catch it midair. Continue the run. Then the third time, I will just do I will flick the blade up through the finger and hit once, and then keep going. As it, I don't know if you've ever played this before, but you keep adding a run each time.
Yeah.
So please don't roll a 13. 16. Okay, that's
So,
better.
yeah, you don't nick yourself on this one. It's a pretty good run. It's a decent run. There are no real mistakes, and you're able to get the tricks done very well.
I kind of feeling that the momentum is kind of slipping a bit. I'll just say, you did well on that last one, but can you do it again? Smiling in a face that he can't see, except
Yeah.
for my eyes.
All right. He once again goes again, and very good run actually. Not very good. It's a mediocre run at best. You can see he almost nicks his thumb, but it doesn't draw any blood. It just cuts the skin a little bit, but nothing massive at all. And but other than that, he doesn't do any tricks at the end. He just stabs the knife into the table.
I will reach my hand out and compare my nicks to his, and say, with a missing finger, you did quite well in the last two.
What can I say?
I'll look around. You think he deserves it?
The drunken
The
people
others.
all very loudly yell yes. The other people don't really care that much, but the drunks are like, yeah, you're doing, he tried his best.
I'll just smile to him. Pot's yours.
Big smile, he pulls the gold towards him.
I will sheathe the blade, and I will start heading over with a wave to the bartender to bring over a drink, and I'm gonna head over to the suspicious individual.
Alright.
After that, looking a little drunk in my stupor.
Yeah.
I am definitely lying, by the way.
Alright. So,
I am trying to deceive being drunk.
Yeah, I was just about to say, roll a deception check for that. Or words, but
11. Eh.
okay.
There's a bunch of drunks in there. It's okay.
Yeah. So you. One second, let me just try something here. Trash you all the time. Anyways, so you approach the cloaked figure in the back, and he's sitting alone at the table. You can see he's got a small cup, what looks to be of water or some sort of clear alcohol, but you're not quite sure. As you approach, you can see he kind of looks up at you. You can't quite see his face in the dark lighting, but yeah. So, go ahead.
Passive 16. I can't really see anything. Okay. I will. I care for a drink, friend.
I'm actually all situated here, thanks. And
As he speaks, kind of still in my stupor, but my eye focuses and looks and see if he can see any type of scar.
alright. So, as you guys speak, he lifts up his hood a little bit and looks at you. You can see he does not have the left face scar. He's actually he's very well cleaned, much cleaner than everyone else. You can see he's got black, like jet black hair. Very like it's cleaned jet black hair, and sort of gives you a smile as he looks at you. Thank you for the offer, though.
Of course. It seems like everyone else in here was a bit gone.
So it makes this
Do you
travel-
enjoy the show?
Yeah. Wasn't really watching. I was just thinking about other things. I can't really be bothered.
Of course. If someone wanted to play someone that was a bit more devious, could you point me in the right direction?
What do you mean?
Like, I can tell that this place holds, a reputation for people that are willing to play. And you seemed like someone that probably might know someone about that could situate that game. I will slide a gold over to him.
He looked at the gold. I'm sorry. So what are you asking of me exactly?
I will whisper. I will whisper to him. A car. And I will check his face for recognition.
Alright, go ahead, roll insight.
Hold on. Is that one of the things I can reroll
I
on?
don't think so. I think it's deception and persuasion for your ability.
Persuasion, intimidation. I'm just the only thing I get from that is just I get the ability. I'm a proficient in that skill.
Yeah. Alright.
13. Hard to read.
Very hard to read.
I heard of him through passing by this place. I heard that he was a foe to reckon with. Good at coin and good with points at his dagger. Not technically lying.
Yeah. So you want to speak with
Definitely
a car?
stretching the truth a bit.
Yeah. You want to speak with a car to play a game with him?
Of course.
The game you were just playing with the other man just now?
That's regards. I'm up for either. I am, at this moment, I am watching for hand signals or looking to see if anyone is, like, reacting or going to stand up, pulling out a weapon, that kind of stuff.
Right.
I know at this moment, Torin is in the den, so he's just kind of a little on edge as he's now mentioned the name, whispered to him.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to make you roll 2 rolls quickly. First is persuasion, and second is perception.
Okay, persuasion. I'm gonna look and see if I can choose with that ability.
I think it's every long rest you can choose to pass one if you fail it. I'm not 100% sure. But
I can just use a reaction and I can reroll. It just says once I use this feature, turns a failure into a success. So I'm gonna reroll it, and if I succeed, then I'm guessing I failed it. I'm just gonna reroll anyway.
All right.
And see and choose the higher. Yeah, 15. And as I look around, 20. Yeah, Thorn's doing okay with perception.
Yeah. So, as you look around the tavern, it doesn't seem like anyone is drawing arms against you at the moment. People are sort of minding their own business.
Okay. There isn't like that guy, like a shady guy in the corner, just staring at me, looking like he's gonna prepare to quick
Nah.
draw.
You're already
Okay.
talking with the shady guy in the corner.
Okay.
Can't
Just
have two
making
shady
sure.
guys in the corner. And with that persuasion,
With a 15, yeah.
well, I don't personally know a car, but I may know somebody that could get you in touch with him.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's at least what he says, but who knows? His name is
Even your
Melwin.
informant. Huh?
His name is Melwin.
What did he say? Melwin.
Melwin.
Insight. See if he's lying.
Go ahead.
I'm rolling terribly on insight. Torin!
Once again, he's
Hard to read. Can't see.
well, actually, yeah, hard to read.
Unless you had to make a deception check for it.
Nah, hard to read. But yeah, he just he writes down the name, so it's so Melwin Sheepstew. His last name is Sheepstew. And he hands you the piece of paper, and underneath it has a address. You don't know any of the street names or anything, but
Does it look familiar to the street address that we were on when we were with Fortin? Is it familiar? Because we were there for a while.
you were there for a while. It does not look familiar now.
Okay. Good to know. What
But
sheep
However,
do?
Sheepstew, actually. His name is Melwin Sheepstew.
That sounds false, but Torn doesn't realize.
Yeah. However,
Am I gonna get stabbed in the back?
it's very possible. Who knows? Anyways, so the street name is the only similarity you see, actually. So, Fortin was on, sorry, one sec. I actually need to get through my notes here on the street names. Goddamn.
I love how you have street names. That's amazing.
Thank you. Okay, so Fortin's house was down on East Greyjaw Avenue, and this one, however, is West Greyjaw. So that's the only similarity that you can see between the two, but it is number
Said
5
Greyjaw?
West Greyjaw. So number 5 West Greyjaw.
Greyjaw. Okay.
Yes. So that tells you that it is in the slums.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I am going to find a place to stay. Appreciate your information.
No worries.
I will step back a few paces looking at him, and I will leave. Try to. Do I do it? Do I leave?
You're able to leave. No one tries to murder you.
I will love to stealth back to the other bar where it's safer.
So you want to stealth?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead, roll stealth.
So Mink,
Where were you?
Alright, 22. So you're able to easily
Use
stick out the
alleyways.
shadows.
I'm using some
Yeah.
alleyways and getting there.
While using alleyways, you do see very unsavory figures, but they avoid you as you're like 8 feet tall. Alright. So, we're gonna go back to Zonti quickly, just as Zonti was quickly waiting for Vajor, and in the barracks. So while waiting in the barracks, you see the half-elven man walk. What's it actually? What's it again?
God, I'm nervous. I need a drink. I'll be back.
I feel nervous for you. I've been here sitting, like, listening to all that, and I'm just like, holy shit, my guy.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd get myself into screwed trouble.
That's how it is.
Oh yeah, me. Quick question.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here for a long time at this point. Can I roll my perception again?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Just looking for figures people might recognize. Getting kind of bored here. They've been sitting. Where's my page?
Oh yeah. Alright, so yeah, you see the half-elven man walk in. He looks very tired, like exhausted, and he walks into his office, just sort of passing by you, not even really noticing you, as he just sort of like staring directly down the hallway towards his office as he walks past you. Santi.
When I would kind of follow him in, like as he goes in, kind of knock on his door.
All right. So you knock on the door. You can hear like a very audible sigh. Come in.
Pardon me, Virgil. You doing all right?
Late night. Take a seat. Take a seat. You can see he's sort of like rubbing his forehead, eyes closed. Zanti, hello. Yes, just like I said, take a seat. He gestured toward one of the chairs.
Kind of sits down. You sure everything's all right?
No.
I wouldn't imagine why.
Everything's fine. Sorry, I was just. Ugh.
Insight check.
Go ahead. He just says, I was speaking with my superior all day, so. Well, all night, I mean to say. Insight. Go ahead.
Yes. Oh! So bad.
He appears to be being forthright, but you're not quite sure.
Yeah. Alright, well, either way, I have some information for you.
I see, let's hear it.
First of all, I have reason to believe most of the generals for the Blood Brothers come from the Masked. At least Fortin is, I can confirm that, but my suspicion leads me to believe that all of them at least have some connection to them.
I see. How exactly did you gain this information?
Few evenings ago, I disguised myself as Fortin to sneak into their ranks. Was able to get some information, but not terribly much.
Well, well done. So you
Thank
spoke with them. Was this before the attack or after?
This was before.
All right. Well, the Masked appear to be coming up a lot lately. That was a part of what I was reporting to my superior. Just that the Masked, these group of them called the Masked, have been popping up lately. But
As well, quickly, this O'Brien figure that my group has been searching for. I have a little more information on him, if it would pique any memory of yours.
all right, go ahead.
His real name, apparently, is Asarian Dogarian. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. He used to be a hunter for Fort Rem, but is no longer a part of them.
Now you mention it. Do you mean Asarian Dugaron?
Yes, I believe that is how it is. I'm not the best with pronouncing names, but...
No worries. Heard about that. That happened a few years ago, I think. 5 years ago, I'm not sure. A few years back, I believe that man murdered his family, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know much about it, but I heard that that was something that happened recently. I don't know anything about the man, but just that he's currently in my area.
I figured, but thought I might as well ask.
Hmm.
As well, I would like permission to go ahead and interrogate both Feynman and Fortin as well.
Right. Well, Fortin, go right ahead. But for Feynman, it might be a bit more tricky. We have we've taken Feynman out of the general area of the prison and put him into a separate section as he's being executed, and we want to give him a bit of comfort before he is executed. Just out of.
Well, I certainly have some pressing questions that, as I'm sure you understand, won't be able to get answered after.
Yes. Well, I will just. Alright, we'll speak with Fortin first, and then I'll get everything situated so you can make sure you can speak with Feynman.
Thank you. It's much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Oh, one more thing.
Yes.
I was told to ask you what you would know about Marken Inn.
Ooh, Marken Inn. Unsavory location to say the least. I'm trying to lock up that barkeep for like 5 years. But yeah, it's a very very unruly crowds meet there.
Wait, Cappy, what?
Based on what he said, there could be some difficulties with Feynman.
I wasn't planning on reading his mind or anything. I already knew I couldn't for a while.
No, I meant just where he was in general and if he could get out.
Oh. Oh well. Zanti would not have realized that. Anyway. Well, thank you. One of my compatriots is investigating that area, apparently on a lead for a car.
Oh, I see. So you're taking up the car case?
We've been... Not entirely. We had a couple leads when dealing with the Blood Brothers and decided to at least take a look into it while we're still in town, but I do believe we will be heading out after the execution.
Alright, well, hope you can deal with that if you're able to. May I ask what leads you have on a car?
I do not know the specific lead myself, but my friend had a lead bringing him to Marken Inn. I don't know the specifics of it, but that is what he said and told me to question about the more details of Marken Inn.
Alright. Well, I'm not shocked, Mark, that Marken Inn would have something to do with him. But just be careful in that general area. It's not exactly the safest place to be. In any case, I'll have one of my guards lead you off towards the prison, which is just across the street, but he'll let you in and let you up to the top floor to speak with Fortin, while I go speak with the guard watching over time and see if we're able to get you in there.
Alright. Thank you much. Much
No
appreciated. I will have the guard escort me.
Alright, so you're escorted by just this bald guard, sort of short. He's shorter than you, but he's a short guy. And he leads you to the prison, and he unlocks the 2 doors that lead into the prison. And he leads you through the very dank prison, and it's very, it's very gross. Smells like legitimate shit. And you can see the sort of bloodied, untaken care of prisoners, with guards sort of standing in between the cages. He leads you upstairs to a 2nd floor, and then upstairs once again to the 3rd floor. And this floor, you can see there are 3 cells in here, 2 of which are empty, and only one of which actually has somebody in it. And there you can see the very large half-orc Fortune. He seems to be like sort of half asleep as well. Much less bulky than the last time you saw him. Seems to be somewhat malnourished. But he opens his eye as you walk in.
It was more friendly last time, but you lied to me. I don't appreciate that.
Did I? I can't remember.
Can I step up to him? What do you know of the masked?
I don't know anything but the mask.
How is he, like, tied up? Or,
Uh,
like, in the cell?
in the cell he isn't tied up.
I look him in the eyes. No, I was ordered here to kill you.
Roll deception for me, please.
Gladly. 22.
Just smirks. Good for you. Go ahead, get it over with.
Kind of take a step forward. Is his legs, like, laying out in front of him?
Yeah, he's just sort of lying down on a small pile of hay. He's closed his eyes after saying that, and he's just sort of, with his arms crossed, just lying on the ground.
I just kind of want to come up and put my foot over his knee.
Well, you're not actually in the cell. He's like in the cell. You're outside of the cell.
You're part of them. Part of the masked.
No idea what that even means. Listen, if you're gonna execute me, just go ahead and do it already.
Mink, quickly remind me. What was the name of the person that the water ganassi asked me about?
Sorry, what? The name of the water ganassi?
No, not the name of the water ganassi, but when I was like interrogated to see if they thought I was actually a car or not a car, Fortune or not. They asked me about a specific person. I was able to like read into their mind and get the name of that person.
Yes, his companion. Let's just get my notes on that. Yeah, his companion from when he was fighting in the Devil Islands. Do I have that note? Alright, there we are. It was Brockbar.
Well, what about if I went and killed Brockbar?
Brockbar? Huh. I haven't heard that name in a while.
I know you were close.
So you're saying that you're going to go and kill Brockbar if I don't comply?
I?
Go right ahead. You'll have to dig him back up again, but see, we
You
were
think
close.
he's still dead?
Hmm?
You think he's still dead?
Still dead? I would hope so, as I was the one that ripped his throat out.
Shit.
Do you know what? Do you know why they call me the Crazed Guard?
Why?
Because I killed my entire, well, when I was in Devil's Island, I went a little bit crazy. I killed my entire unit. Every single one of them.
Guess there is no reasoning with you.
Guess not. Go ahead. Stop wasting my time and just get it over with already.
I just walk away.
Alright. Alright, we are going to now switch over back to the Vess and Sullivan group. Is there anything you guys would like to do? Or
I mean, let's just go back to the tavern. Is Claire there?
Is Claire there?
How about you check the DMs, my man?
No, I know. No, I know, but I was wondering if they would see Claire.
I mean, let's say they're around. They're not in the tavern. They might walk into the tavern if Vess is in the tavern.
No, this is just she has nothing to do.
Alright.
She was just gonna do something with Cesalia, and unless Don wants to do something, Bess doesn't. Since Cesalia's gone, he doesn't really have anything. She doesn't have anything to do.
Just to
Sullivan's
double
just go
check.
for a walk around town.
I just want to double check. Didn't you say you were meeting Claire like at the plaza at 1 or something like that?
At like noon. It's like still early, isn't
It's
it?
still early.
Because
It's like
all she did was walk to the orphanage, talk for like a minute, and then walk back. Like she's planning to go there at noon, but I don't. Unless it's noon, she's gonna go back to
No,
the
it's
tavern.
still like 8:30. But as you guys are heading into the tavern, you guys see Torin, who just begins to approach you guys.
Yeah, you wouldn't see Claire.
Alright.
Unless you want to, like... Would it be perception?
Yeah, I guess they're all a perception as a disadvantage, though. They're still hungover.
Well, it'd be depending
Why is it
if you're stealthing, then you would be stealthing against their passive perception. So
this would be deception, since they're trying to...
Actually, since Vess was like visibly like hungover drunk, Sullivan would have allocated 5 land hands to like rid of that drunk.
Hell yeah, boys!
It's like shouldn't be drinking so much. What's wrong with you? What's going?
Yeah, boy!
Was yesterday that bad?
But
You don't
Mink,
have to
it would
talk
be...
about it if you don't wish to.
I want to
double check
talk
the
about
feet.
it with somebody, but okay.
Wait, I want to ask, did you guys go into the tavern?
I'm assuming this would be a conversation on the way, since
This is like along the way. This would have been like moments after leaving the orphanage.
Okay.
I'm looking for a friend. And I'm sure he's out there somewhere, and I just needed to look in the right places. But I don't know where he is or what he's doing. His village was burned to the ground, but he's still out there. I just need to know where. And I've realized that I'm wasting time on the mast and everything that's happened instead of doing what I've came here to do.
I feel the same way. I'm looking for my sister, and I've no clue if she's alive, dead, missing. I feel like I'm wasting my time as well.
Where's the last place you saw her?
Riona Port.
Do I know what that is? Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just 3 days west of Bellenview.
that's fairly close, isn't it?
I want to find her, but I'm scared to find her. Do you believe in visions?
Yes, I do.
Well, I wasn't sure if it was a vision or not, but I had a dream that she was dead. It was the reason why I didn't leave my room earlier this morning.
Did you find out where or what or who in this vision? Did it tell you any of that? Because normally visions point you in a direction to guide you. They don't
There was no
normally
direction. There was
taunt
just
you.
the corpse of my sister.
Sure it wasn't a bad dream and not a vision?
Could have just been a dream.
Visions are meant to guide you in the right direction. I'm sure you just had a bad dream. Your sister's probably alive somewhere looking for you as well.
That I'll hold on to hope for with words.
Alright. Well, let's get going.
Yeah.
And now we walk into the tavern.
Well, that was a lot.
Friends.
Yes?
I have I don't know if it's a lie or not, but I just went on a escapade in the slums. We need to talk.
I mean, sure. We're spit it out.
I walk in and probably not here.
Why do we keep doing the thing of not here and then going like 5 feet away and then speaking? I'm sure if it's
Upstairs in our room.
I doubt a few inches of wood will stop anyone who seriously cares, but sure.
Just indulge me then. Looking a bit peeved.
Okay, fine.
Let's lead the way.
And also looking a tiny bit intoxicated. Because he's not hiding it. He goes into a room holding his hands, or his hand specifically. With everything that's gone on in the town so far, I caught up on our lead on a car. And even though it was a little risky, I went into the Marken Inn. Very shady place. Blood, coking, multiple tables. Very crazed barkeep. You know the vibe. And apparently, I don't know if it was a real lead or not, but I have a name of an informant that could get me maybe to a car. I feel like they wouldn't just give that out, but I have a street that we can look on, and it's close to where Fortin, at least somewhat same street adjacent to where Fortin was, which is the lead.
And they just gave you this information?
I had to put on a display, and I hoped I was a little convincing. Trying not to lie.
Kind of just... Okay.
Torin shows his hand, and there's fairly thick cuts on 2 of the fingers.
Okay.
You don't need to heal me. It's fine. But
wait, did you play Five Finger Fillet?
Yes, I did.
How did other guy do?
He's missing a pinky.
Alright.
But I gave him a pot because he was completely drunk. And that was nice. He only put down some copper and maybe a couple pieces of silver, but...
And his finger, but I suppose that is his fault for doing something so stupid.
It was a good distraction while I looked around and cased the room.
Okay, so we have a lead.
And if we were planning on seeing if a car was attached to the mast, if we are focusing on that still, as this is a weird time for whatever type of group that we had.
We have 2 days until the execution, so we have time to burn anyways.
Nods. Good idea.
Okay. We can go
Sullivan?
investigate.
Did you know why Tamaruk left?
No clue. All I know is that he took Cisalia with him.
What? You took the
Yeah.
girl?
Vess and I went to go to the orphanage this morning, and then the I forgot what you call the head of an orphanage, but that person. They said Cisalia left with Tamaruk to somewhere. Wait, Vess, you said you knew where?
If it is
I can't
Tamaruk,
remember
I
if it's
do.
in a character out of character information.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you knew in character.
I got a letter from Tamaruk. It was at the front of my doorstep.
Well, whatever he's doing, he's not the type to harm little girls for no reason.
I feel like me and Torin, me and Sullivan, sorry. Sullivan and I, God, grammar, like lock eyes for a quick second when we remember the scene where Tamaruk almost just grabbed and physically almost abused a girl, but
Yeah, there's concern in Sullivan's eyes whenever that on the topic being discussed.
I'd like to point out that never happened.
It did happen.
but I know where he'll be, and it's in the same location where we found the girl, at least roughly. He said specifically that he'll be in the forest, and he might know multiple mass members.
Well, he
He was
follows
trying
his
to
lead.
deal with it.
We follow ours.
He said something about us meeting him there when he gets back, but I don't know how long that'll be.
I'm not exactly... Let's talk about this lead real fast. I'm not exactly the most inconspicuous person, especially in my armor, and covering it up will only do so much for the noise. I suggest that when Zanti gets back, y'all do some investigation. I'll be close at hand in case something happens.
Sure. The slums. Obviously, I'm very tall.
Where's Claire, by the way? I was actually supposed to meet her at 12. I can grab her on the way.
Mink, is there time like that?
No, there is.
No.
Yes,
At noon.
there is time like that. Like I said, this world have pocket watches, which follow a regular 24-hour clock cycle.
Cool.
But
Good to know.
pocket
How many days
watches-
are there in a week?
7.
18.
How many days are there in a month?
It depends on the month. Fuck off.
No, but yeah, just like any kind of clock work is extremely expensive, and is fairly new technology. And but yeah, so it's kind of difficult to get your hands on. So you're not exactly sure of time because you guys don't have any of that kind of thing.
So Torin will say 12.
Noon, directly overhead. But I will
Oh,
send Claire
okay.
to the street whenever I find her.
Okay. It would be good to have someone of her unique strength. Just in case.
I agree.
But she'll stick out like a sore thumb, like I do, in certain instances.
Better cloak over, call her a dwarf, I don't know.
Shrugs.
Worked for the gnome before.
Wherever he is.
Probably doing what he normally does.
Wait, glass, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Glass.
Where did he go? I keep forgetting.
I know that he just ended up.
Up and vanished,
Leaving.
yes. Leaving
hold
his
on.
companions behind, nonetheless.
Probably had a reason.
Yes, because everything has a reason. You know, like the blacksmith being murdered and, you know, officials murdering innocent people.
If I weren't stronger of willed, I probably would do the same.
Murder people?
No. Leave.
Well,
You know that I am new to all of this.
why I was confused. Yeah, well, my advice is just don't be a coward like him.
I assure you, that is built into my virtues.
Good. Now I'm going to go find Claire.
Not. Sullivan, would you care to accompany me?
Sure, where are we heading?
I'd kind of like to scout out the forest where we found the girl. See if there's any tracks of the confrontation left.
Yeah, let's go check.
It's a weak lead, but maybe we can find old tracks in the mud.
I'm not much for tracking. Well, let's
I
go.
am. I've been taught by the best. But Sullivan and I will head towards the forest where we met Cisalia. Cisalia, yeah.
Yes.
And they'd probably hear that while they're leaving.
Yeah, no. So as you guys all head downstairs, you do see Claire just playing the flute downstairs in the main tavern area.
Hey Claire, you want to
That
investigate a lead?
Oh yes, it'd be quite nice. Do you know what it is?
We could get 30 platinum altogether. He looks to the other ones. Do we need Zonti for this? Do you think?
Probably would be good, since I know that he is very deceptive.
Yes, I know.
So yes, I
I
asked.
believe he told me that he was heading towards the prison to beat up on Fortin.
Since I'm not much good in the stealth situation or being inconspicuous, how about I go get him, tell him where you are, and then I'll be close by. Does that sound fair?
Yes, meet us near the prison. Me and Sullivan are gonna go check on where we found the girl in the first place. See if there's any leads of O'Brien.
Claire, you can choose to go with them or me. We can get some food if you want. She seems kind of awkward saying that.
Oh yes, that'd be quite nice.
Well, good luck, you two.
We'll be back soon.
We'll meet you outside the prison.
Nods. And we'll head off.
So, Zonti.
Hi.
Hello. So you've just finished your conversation with Fortin, and you're now following the short, bald guard back downstairs, down to the outside of the main section of the prison. Where are you going next?
Well, I believe. The. Why am I blanking on names so much this session? What the fuck? I believe the.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of names.
thank you. I believe Vajor said he was going to be talking to see if I would be able to interrogate Theinman.
Alright, so you're gonna be from the the second section of the prison. Follow me.
Hi. Follow him?
And he leads you down the left alleyway, down around the sort of blocky prison, to the back of the prison. In the back of the prison, you can see is the so it faces towards the eastern side of town, and you can see the very tall buildings. But this little area is almost like a small courtyard of grass behind the main center area of town, and you can see there's yet another very like a smaller cobblestone block building at the second sort of half of the prison. And as you approach, you can see Vajor standing by the door. Alright, we'll just I spoke with him and it should be good to go. Feynman is up and it's awaiting your arrival. So follow me. And,
Great, thank you.
He pulls out a copper key. He opens up the door and leads you inside. Closes the door behind you guys. And so it's 2 stories. The first story you can see is just one very large. With this one, rather than just a bed of hay, you can see there's an actual bed and a small table. That one is empty, but he leads you upstairs to exactly like identical cell, and that one on the second floor is where Theinman is currently sitting up in his bed. You can see he's still rather plump, very plump. His mustache is still, his blonde mustache is still fairly well trimmed, and he doesn't look completely disheveled or malnourished like Forden did. He seems to be getting fed better.
Okay.
So he just looks at you.
Also, actually, no, never mind. Sorry.
Hello.
Well, hello there.
What do you want?
You just did the Star Wars meme. Well, hello there. Sorry, I had to do it.
General Kenobi. Hello there. Okay.
A fine addition to my collection.
So.
Feynman with the horns.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. So what do you want?
During the trial, you certainly seemed like you had something you wanted to say. I'm here to hear it.
You have very nice horns, you know.
I'm well aware.
I was looking at you because I hate you.
And you have every reason to.
There was no other reason beyond that.
Oh? And why, may I ask, do you hate me?
I wonder.
Well, you said it's beyond what I already think.
No, I'm just hate you because you threw me across a room and got me caught. No other reason than that.
Your thoughts do betray you. What do you know about Venli?
Who?
Venli. There's a name written in your book.
Oh! Friendly. Tiefling? Blue? Mediocre horns. put up a bit of a fight, but he killed one of the prisoners I sent to go and collect him, but other than that... Why do you ask? Is that your brother or something?
Close friend, yes.
Well, as you can tell, I'm extremely sorry about it.
Well, at least I'm glad to hear he killed one of the prisoners you sent after him. And judging by your reaction, I'm guessing he isn't completely dead.
I'm sorry. I kill all of the prisoners that I take in. Of course he's dead.
I don't believe that. I'm inside checking
Yeah,
him.
go ahead.
$18.
You can tell that he is lying to you right now.
Okay. So what was that book anyhow? It certainly had a lot of names in it.
Found my book, did you?
I pull it out, since I would have kept it on me. Yeah.
You can see his
I open it
eyes
up.
just fill with rage.
I kind of open it up and start reading a couple of the names out loud.
Put that away, it doesn't belong to you.
Oh, well. A dead man, it doesn't belong to a dead man walking either. So what is it, Certainly has me quite curious.
None of your business.
Oh, but you saying that just makes me oh so much more curious about it.
Roll a persuasion or intimidation? I'm not quite sure, depending on what you're trying to go for there.
Persuasion or intimidation? I'll do intimidation, because I feel like that's more...
Yeah.
25!
Damn. Alright, catalog.
Horns you were looking into, I'm assuming.
Horns, scales, things like that.
What's your connection with the car?
Minimal.
Minimal. And what do you know of Marken Inn?
I know it exists, they gotta step foot in that shithole.
Fair enough. As I'm doing this, I'm still, just kind of glancing through the book. On a second look, is there anything different? Anything else I would notice?
Roll perception for me.
Yep. 6. Oof.
Yeah, so no.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking through more of this, especially with his reaction. But... it's people like you. You know? It's people like you that make this world the hell it is.
Thank you.
Didn't mean it as a compliment,
Yeah, you did.
but I'm sure no matter what I say. Of course you take that meme.
Had to do. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I had the voice, it was similar, so I had to do it. Continue. Sorry. I was playing a crazy lunatic, it had to happen. Continue.
Yeah. Well, you'll be dead soon anyhow. I'm sure you'll love to know that your riches have gone to me and my compatriots. Certainly made some very nice purchases with them. And as I say that, I'm going to turn the shift weave into a very, eloquent set of clothes.
Very nice.
Don't worry, I'll make sure your riches don't go entirely to waste. You have any last words for me? Or shall I be going?
I think it's time for you to go, thanks.
Pleasure to see you again, Feynman. Or should I say Jogar?
Alright. You can see,
Oh,
like, he's
one more thing.
extremely irritated right now.
Good. What's your last meal going to be?
I don't know yet.
I hope it's cooked terribly. Oh well.
Thank you.
I will walk off.
I love you,
and that's
Nicole.
that.
Alright.
He just says you. Oh my god.
Alright, so you head out, and we will now head over back to Torin and Sullivan.
As we are leaving the tavern, I would like to talk to Sullivan a bit as we walk. I'm gonna hand Sullivan the note from Tamaruk, and I will post it. I'm gonna PM it to you, Dom.
Yay, I get to read.
It's not that large. But this is raises an eyebrow of if the person that went into that orphanage was actually our dear friend or not. And raises suspicion.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm kind of lost. I'm still reading the thing. Work meeting. Okay, go on.
It raises suspicion if what you say is true about Tamaruk taking the girl. I don't really It raises suspicion if he would have actually taken her or not. Or if it's O'Brien covering his tracks.
I asked the leader of the orphanage where they had, and she didn't have an answer.
Maybe we have 2 reasons to go to the forest. Search for tracks and maybe just see if Tamaruk is there. Probably not, but maybe he's camping and he was going to travel tomorrow. We don't know. He didn't really leave much. And he didn't say anything to you about it, which is interesting. How long have you known him? If you mind me asking.
For a couple days? Wait.
It's been a few weeks. It's been more than a week since Citron.
Oh, wait, it's a week since Citron?
Roughly, I think. Mink, is that about right? Because we had traveled a little bit, and then we stayed here a couple days.
2 weeks? 3? Kind of lost track of time for a little bit.
Okay. Would you say that Tamaruk is a independent individual?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Then
I don't
this
think
is
he is.
dire. Whatever he's doing must be take up quite a bit of importance in his past, his life. You must be either regretting something or...
Besides him knowing that he has some history in fighting pits, I don't know much beyond that about him.
He, funny enough, you say that. He actually asked if I'd spar with him. Which is actually the first time I've ever been asked that since I left home. It was funny. You said you're not from the Empire.
I was born in this country, but I don't align myself with the Empire.
I read some of your... You don't align yourself with the Empire, but you're from here. Is that, specifically because of the system that it's built, or with all the wars that's been in?
A bit of both.
Torn nuts. I read some of the history books, which I believe is probably filled with intense bias if I were to read on, but I got the gist of it. And I am regretting my decision. More, not regretting, but rethinking of leaving. As this Blackstone and Mazmalan, all the other empires that are entangled in war or some sort of conflict. It'd be way much easier to just
leave it
forget
all.
about it.
Fine.
Yes. I wish I stayed ignorant to all of it, but I'm out here now and trying to find purpose, so kind of needed to rip the veil, so to speak.
What
As
is
he
life
looks
without
at
purpose?
your wrapping. But what were you saying?
I'm sorry, what was that?
He asked what you were saying. Like, what were you going to ask him?
Oh, I wasn't asking anything. Oh wait, I think I might have said something, but I forgot what I said.
Yeah. Did Glass communicate with you near the end? I know that he had to deal with certain things, but you were closer.
Okay, out of character. Okay, so Wander, I left that Discord server. Did Glass inform both Sullivan and Tamaruk? I forgot.
Only Tamrook.
Okay, thanks. Glass told me nothing.
Nonce. I assumed it had to deal with our red-headed friend and her aggressiveness towards other races, specifically Gnome, which I understand perfectly.
Sullivan, I would say that Glass would have probably complained about it around the campfire, his reasons for wanting to leave. But right as he left, he would only tell Tamrook.
I don't remember Glass complaining around a bonfire, but okay.
That's in canon, then. You just don't remember.
Matches with Sullivan's intent.
Cannon.
Like, if we want to go into specifics, I'm pretty sure there was a psychic connection chat between me, you, and Tamrook as we were running away from the city, where Glass was like, I don't want to be here, I want to get out of here, there's a ginger.
That tracks.
What is it? I'll actually double check for you.
Well, you only can message one person at a time, so that probably would have
there's
been
2
two
people.
Temric.
Ginger goes death.
Well, no, you can message 2 people. I'll just link to both of you guys. I'll check real quick.
Anyway. I just couldn't help but noticing when I was up there with Tamaruk, our first day into town with the wanted posters. I couldn't help but see a familiar visage of the both of you. You cover yourself in those wrappings, but I could tell the body language. I don't care, really. I'm just looking out for you, and just know that we haven't known each other long, but I'm trying to be the good guy here. Help as many people as I can. Because you seem like a good person, especially what I've seen with the Cecilia. You care. The guards might not think so, but I beg to differ.
It's just the right thing to do. But in regards to me wrapping my face up, until I'm placed where I'm comfortable, I may have to hide.
I don't I don't blame or smirk in the slightest. And Torin reaches into the hood and pulls the flaps and basically creates like a face mask. And goes, I do it too. Not many people know what I am. So.
I've got to ask, what are you? You don't seem human or tiefling or halfling dwarf. What are you? Never asked. If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I'm not really, your empire, or, sorry, not your empire, the Blackstone Empire. They call something similar to my kin, Dragonborn, I believe. I am not like that. I am in other words, an opposite side of the spectrum. At least that's what I've been told. They consider us half dragons.
You don't seem to have wings.
Not
Sullivan jokes.
He smiles and kind of. The actual face mask is not there, so you see a smile curl. Let me show you something. And he's gonna pull Sullivan into a off the beaten path and in like an alleyway, and he will pull up his these like really hot pant legs that is like actually like wrapped around in like a golden rope, and he will untie the bottom of it and pull up his leg and show his foot.
Sullivan's gonna avert his gaze real quick. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I don't swing that way.
I'm not pulling down my pants. I'm pulling up my pant leg. Torin actually says.
Sullivan does not have a foot fetish.
But you see that his leg is entirely like a lizard leg. It is a 3-pronged foot with a back toe that is completely of golden scale.
Whoa. I just want to say real quick, this is why I like playing humans, because they don't know everything. It's like, what the hell's a Dragonborn?
And I also have a massive tail. But it's under all of this. And I don't want to
I think I might have
Rewrap
seen it a
everything.
couple times.
Yeah, it is it out of game. Like Torn's tail is about in length twice the size of him. It is big. And he just rewraps the bottom of his leg and puts on like a protector over his foot, and so you can't tell. It just looks like a massive foot. Anyway, you can't like see toes or scales because of how thick the wrapping is, but it all kind of just blends in. I'm what some would call a mystery. To the world and honestly to myself at some points. Like I said, I'm still learning.
Ourselves of the future is a mystery until we get there.
Nods. I agree. I'm trying to take control of my life, not let existence take control of my future. That's why I'm out here. I just wish that Vest would do the same. She's trying to catch up to something that she doesn't fully understand. And it's destroying her.
Talking about her search for someone?
Nods. In agreement.
Hmm.
Anyway. Let's get on the path.
Yeah, to the forest.
Also, what you usually see in my when we sadly go into engagements, I have a bit more connection to my bloodline than most. It's hard to understand.
I would have been able to tell.
Yeah. And he pulls back the cloak a bit, and the scales, his like kind of golden scales, you see his eyes like go into like a flare red for a second, and the scales turn a bit of like a reddish color and then fade, and pulls the cloak back to only where you can see it.
When Sullivan sees this, his head jerks back or away a little bit.
I've been trained in many styles. It's just
Styles as in...
ways of fighting.
Oh, okay, I see. I think.
It is a unique representation on the martial arts. At least that's what I've been told it's called.
So, like, taking a sword, swing, swing, punch, punch, or
Have you
what?
seen my shocks of lightning that I can do?
I don't understand that, so I didn't want to ask. Didn't.
That is a unique style that I can perform. I have others.
Uh-huh. Sullivan nods. Do you want to? If you want to, go ahead and do an insight check on Sullivan.
23.
23. Sullivan has no clue what you're talking about.
He nods and understands. Maybe I can show you with time. I'm still trying to get comfortable. And he just looks to the ground. I don't know what to say or what not to say. I've always been truthful and I've always been forward, and it's hard to find my way through the muck and the deception. That's why I kind of attached to Vess initially.
Ah, I see.
She didn't really seem deceptive. She seemed forward, stir-hardy, strong of will. At least initially. She reminded me of a piece of home. But now it's... No offense to her, but she's acting like my child.
You have a kid?
Yes, I do.
How old are they?
Well, I have a boy. I also have a girl. They're roughly, one is about 1 year old. The other one's about roughly around the same. One's older than the other.
And I suppose you have a wife as well?
Yes. Vess reminded me of her a little bit. That's why I started following her in the first place. It reminded me of a good part of my life. Also, Torn would not be saying this in the town.
Yes,
Because
at this
we've been
point,
talking. We've been
Yeah,
talking
I'm
for a
imagining
Yeah.
more in like the
you guys are in the fields
cornfields
now. Yeah, you guys have gotten into the fields at this point. Like, you guys have... Yeah.
But my life has been surrounded by them fully. It's all I've known. I am actually the reason why I'm usually very truthful and reason why I've had to learn and I've been comfortable with this place is because I'm a religious leader of sorts.
Is that why you left your family?
In some ways. I left my family because my mentor thought it best that I learn from what I've been trained and improve and find greater purpose in the world and help bridge a connection. At least that's what I hope. But
I hope it doesn't. I hope that this someone pauses for it to think of the right word. Journey of sorts doesn't keep you away from your family for too long.
I miss them every day. Anyway,
Hard on you as it is hard on them.
they're young. They don't really understand. But
Well, the longer you're away from home, the more likely they won't know your face. Like me, I don't know what my parents look like.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Never got the chance to meet them.
Well, I don't really know my parents either, if I have any. So, I understand a bit of that confusion. You can read it. It's not hard. He's not trying to hide it. There's just a sign of just like, kind of confusion across his face. It's like a bit of misunderstanding that he's trying to work through. But Torin is actually going to take his hood off as we walk through the fields and breathe a bit fresher air.
As we approach the tree line, Sullivan will do the same, like loosen the bandage wraps around his head.
I don't think I got a full description of what your character looks like.
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Oh, right. You're...
It's just like the regular old Jaime Lannister, any other kind of dude.
Yeah, Jaime Lannister. Okay, I got
Right,
it.
man. Like, if you forget what Sullivan looks like, that's alright, because Sullivan's supposed to be like, the way he looks supposed to be somewhat forgettable. Very average dude looking.
Okay. It's ironic. The way you act reminds me of someone I know. Even though you're not like me, personalities across lineage is so fascinating. Every party member that I've seen, except for maybe Glass, he's a bit of a unique soul. Reminds me of someone from home.
Scales, horns, tails, wings, horns. We have different looks on the outside, but we're all the same inside, aren't we?
He
All
nods.
red, just red inside.
If you want to see, I can show you a bit. We're out in the forest. No one will see. At least I hope not. I look around. Just as I say that.
Can I have your roll a perception check for me quickly?
21. Heck yeah. Torin's been doing good on perception.
Goddamn. You do see.
Sullivan is.
Oh, sorry, I just dropped a dice. But so these are the wheat fields, and you do see that there are some, like, off in the distance, not exactly close to you, but there are some farmers tending to the fields out in the distance.
Okay. I'm not really worried.
Yeah.
About that.
They're not paying attention to you.
Just keeping my eyes out for anything sus. That's kind of a given, to be honest.
Yeah, sus.
Meh. Did you say yellow sus?
Yes.
As you look at Torin, he's a golden half dragon. I'm not even going to break down what you just tried to say. But I can show you a bit of what I was talking about earlier. I don't need you to understand it, but just so you're not shocked in the previous battle, or in the next battle if we have one. I hope it doesn't come to that, but if someone brings up a halberd to the back of my friend, I'm not going to be afraid to act. And that means you too.
This RP is going on for a while now, and I'm losing brain cells. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we mean, or that's what I wanted, because I wanted you to get more RP. Meta. Out of game. I wanted you to get more time. But we'll head over and we'll look for tracks, and you can Mink, and you can move on to the next person.
Yeah, so actually, I do need to leave here in a second because I'm being summoned for food. I got summoned like 15 minutes ago, but I've just...
You need
cut
to
out.
what?
I got summoned for food like 15 minutes ago, but I'm just hanging out, waiting for the RP to end, because I'm gonna have to leave here in a second. So, will say that so the forest, like the small clump of trees that you guys have been heading towards, is fairly far away. Like as I said, it's about an hour away from the actual town. So you have this conversation deep into the fields, and then spend the rest of the time heading off to the small clump of trees. And as you get closer to the trees, you do hear the sound of crashing and yelling. And you can see as you look at the trees, like trees falling and then things being thrown. You can see large logs sort of like breaching the canopy and then falling back down with a very loud, familiar yell. And yeah, and then that is where we're going to end our session today.
I'm sorry, everyone, that it took. I just wanted to have some RP with Torin.
A real RP heavy session.
Yeah.
Unless you're Tamrick.
The past two sessions have been really RP heavy. Which
I've gotten
I'm
some
getting an itch for combat, my guy.
no worries. You guys are on the cusp of like 2 very massive combat encounters, so don't worry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, everyone.
They're gonna
I
get
wanted
there,
I wanted
put her
Sullivan
on a pedestal and started sacrificing her.
I wanted Sullivan to talk a bit more, and specifically Torin was interested in you because you were the one that didn't talk the most, and he respected the most.